So, hello and welcome back yet again to a Christine Sits Here and Talks to You with a camera aimed at her face about stuff. Um, I hope everybody is doing good, and I just realized one of the things I need is out of reach, so I will have to pause this at some point to go get it. But I figured I would let you know what is up because I went to town yesterday and I hunted through some of our local resale stores. One of which probably has the best if you're buying books thing ever, and that is however many books you pick, no matter what the books are, all they ask for is a donation. They're our local good neighbor store is what they're called, and they sell, I mean, everything. It's a resale store. It's think Goodwill before Goodwill stopped having decent prices. That says a lot about me. I just had to stop and like when I consider Goodwill to be high priced. But I mean, I've been spoiled. We have the Good Neighbor store in the town that's closest to me, and we have the Salvation Army store also. And at both of them, I can get like clothes really, really cheap. I also got myself yesterday, along with my book haul, I got myself a really good pair. I wore them today of walking shoes. There was like no wear on them, and they've got actually good support. I wore them today and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Now, were they more expensive than what I usually pay in a resale store? Yeah, but $5 for a pair of shoes is still kind of like primo. I I freely admit that I'm cheap. People who are kinder than me just tell me that I'm frugal, but I can own the whole cheap thing. Anyway, I got a book haul with an eye to public domain books that maybe we can still read out loud on the channel. I've also been giving a little bit more thought to the whole book club idea. Still haven't gotten that completely fleshed out. Let me know your ideas in the comment section because I keep thinking it would be a lot of fun to do a book club and to do like a once a week or maybe once a month live stream where we discuss whatever chapter we were on. But I haven't quite figured out how to actually do that because I've never been in a book club and I've never especially like run a book club, so I don't know how exactly that would work out. But I did, like I said, I did a book haul and I bought two books at our local brick and mortar books shop, and I think they're both public domain, but I have to do some more research. So this is not me saying I am reading any of these out yet, not until I make sure that with 100% certainty we aren't going to get in any trouble. But there is only one of these that I've actually read. All the rest of them would be new to me, beginning with Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This one was purchased at our actual bookshop, and looking at it, it does look like it would be in public domain. It looks like the only parts of this particular copy that wouldn't be would be the like introduction and things like that. The notes from the editors, but I think this one would be okay to read. So I got that. I also got Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. This one I'm pretty sure I read in either middle school or high school. I don't remember if I actually read it or if Christine was bad and just did the Sparks notes. Also, that's thunder. We had a 3% chance of rain today, and I think the 3% won. Usually we can have like an 80% chance of rain and never see a drop. This time we had a 3% chance and it's rumbling and I'm hearing raindrops. Not going to complain. We could usually use rain, so I'm not going to complain. Anyway, Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities. It's I do remember bits of it, which is why I think I read it in, it feels like a middle school type thing. Now, the next three books are kind of cool. Um, and the first one of those is, as you can see, quite the old book. This might be an original printing, or at least somewhat close to an original printing of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson is, I think, who wrote it, but don't quote me on that because I can only go by the library card in the back of the book. And that to me is almost more fascinating than finding this book. This was from the Olatangi Library in Delaware, Ohio, out on Route 4. And I'm like, oh, that is just too cool. And I even think that maybe there's another couple of stories in here because after Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, there's something called Fortune Wildreed and The Miner's Daughter. So this might be a couple of different books in this book. Is it falling apart? Yes. But to me, that's just kind of part of its charm. It's funny because it doesn't even look like it was glued in. It looks like it was bound in with twine. Even if I can't read this out on the channel, which I kind of hope that I can, and I kind of think that I can, just looking at everything, this book doesn't even actually have a copyright page on it. So I will have to do some more research about it, but taking all of that away, this is just a very cool book to have found. Another one that is a very cool book to have found, and the copyright page on this one, it looks like it's probably out of copyright at this point. I probably need to see if any copyrights have been renewed, but it was copyrighted in 1904, and the third impression copyright was in 1908. So I think this one would be safe. It's part of a series, and it is by someone I've never heard of called Lenore E. Mulets, and it is called Stories of Little Animals. It's very cool, and it seems to be almost like a field guide or something to be used in a schoolwork. And I just thought it was very cool because it's got illustrations that are covered with like a tissue paper. And I just thought that was charming. And so I got the book because I was like, oh, heck yeah, this is just very cool. I'm not sure if the stories are even any good, but I couldn't resist, so I got it. And the final book that I got, I think we're probably pretty safe for reading because, oh my goodness, it's one that I am pretty sure is very, 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 very old. This printing of it does not even have a copyright again. I'm not sure exactly when the original was written, but it looks like on this final page, Mrs. Daniels dated it October 22nd, 1903. So I'm guessing that this book is at least that old. And it is Don Quixote by Cervantes. I've never read Don Quixote. I only know the meme of tilting at windmills, and it's quite the book, man. I'm not even gonna lie. It is quite the long book and interesting, you know? So those are the books that I got on my book haul, which I'm kind of excited about. Like I said, have to do some more research to make sure that those are safe to read on camera. I think they are, but a little more research is needed. We won't be starting any new like books or anything until after I at least finish the Tamora Pierce recap, and then we'll talk about everything else. But I figured I would throw those out there and let you guys see them. Now, the other thing that I did yesterday, well, I mean, I also went to the stupid grocery store, picked up more raccoon food, got water, and all of the boring things, but I also stopped at the P.O. box, and there was something there. So let me get it. I'll be right back. So I went to the P.O. box and had a bunch of junk mail in there and a very exciting little thing saying that I had a package. I went and I got the package. I'm going to show you the back of it, not the front. Not that you can really read the return address, but keeping everything safe is always good. But it's from all the way in Canada. And so I opened it up and I was like, ooh, ooh, it's squishy. It's squishy. I wonder what's in it. I was so excited. I get stupidly excited about anything. And inside was a beautiful card that says, "Aren't you so sweet?" I don't know about that. I think you guys are the ones that are sweet. And it just says, "Dear Christine, thank you so much for reading to me. You have such a relaxing voice. I made this little one while listening. Thanks again. I hope you love this hatchling." And it is from Dawn. And I get the feeling I know what Dawn was listening to, and I hope that Dawn isn't too sad that we lost the Dragon Riders, but I now have my very own, I'm gonna say this is my very own Ramoth, my very own gold hatchling. I guess I get to be a queen rider now. It's so cute, and it's handmade. Anybody that can knit or crochet, you guys, like Lucy has sent me stuff that she's crocheted. I am in awe. Like, you guys are amazing, and this is so cool, right down to the fact that the Dragons of Pern were engineered to have a forked tail. So that is beautiful, and I love it. And she is going to go right up here where she can watch me, and hopefully she will approve of the adventures going forward. So that's about it. I just wanted to share my book haul with you, let you know what I'm thinking. Again, ask for feedback if you guys have any ideas. The only thing that worries me about doing like a book club type thing would be working out the time for it. I mean, I guess not everybody wants to be in a live stream anyway. It just feels like a live stream is the easiest way to actually all be able to talk about whatever book we're reading. But I do know that I've got people who watch me and make comments on my videos from Australia, England, Germany, the United States, several time zones in the United States and Canada. So we would have to kind of figure out a time that kind of works for everybody. Like I said in one of my other videos, my time is pretty much my own. So I could probably be available at any time. It's more when people who would be interested in doing the book club would be available. But yeah, that was what I was thinking. Those are the books that I found. I'm kind of excited. about some of these books. And I'm also kind of excited to dive into some more resale shops and kind of dig around in them and see what other books I can find. I like old books. I always forget how much I like old books, even just to look at. I mean, they were just made so cool. Even the paper feels like heavier than in a modern book. So, anyway, that's about it. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I hope that you at least kind of enjoyed it. Tell me which books of these you have read, because, like I said, I think I've read A Tale of Two Cities, but I can't even quote myself on that one. And let me know which ones you are the most interested in listening to if they prove to be safe. So, thank you for listening. I really do appreciate it. Hit the like button if you don't mind on your way out, and I will see you next time.